Okay, here we go. Let's rank some home jerseys. I did this video a few years ago. Some of my opinions have changed, so I figured it was time to revisit this topic. So, let's get to it. Let's start off with the Diamondbacks. They've had a few jersey changes over the years, but I think they really nailed it with this new home jersey. I love the cream color. I love when teams do that. It's just different than the normal white. I think it looks really well in this jersey. The Diamondback logo right there, you got the teal and the red. The alternate road jersey, it's red, but with that teal, it's a little harsh on the eyes, in my opinion, but I think it works really well here, especially with most of the jersey being that cream color. So I think everything goes well together here. You got the simple black pinstripe going down the middle there. You got the snake on the sleeve. I think everything just blends in really well. It's a very nice looking jersey, in my opinion. I don't think it's one of the best, but I think it's really good. I'm going to go with an A. On to the Atlanta Braves, and this is one of my favorite jerseys in the game. I love everything about this jersey. That script font in the front with the navy blue, the red. They've been using that logo for so long now. Everything about that just works. You got the stripe going down the middle that has both the red and the navy blue in there. You got it on the sleeves as well. I think it's just such a good looking jersey, and it's just so effective all the way around. I think it's an easy S tier for me. On to the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles have given my Red Sox a lot of problems over the years, but I do like their jerseys. I'm a sucker for script font. What can I say? I love the orange on the white. It really stands out well. I love the underline that comes from the S under the Orioles. I love that. You got the number there on the front. It's not too busy, in my opinion. I think it just adds a nice touch to the jersey. I love the orange and the black at the ends of the sleeves. You got the Maryland flag on the sleeve as well. I just think it's a solid jersey overall. Could you put the birds somewhere on there? You know, I don't know. I think some people would think that would be a good idea, but then I could see some people saying maybe that's a little bit too much since they already have the bird logo on their hat and helmet. But I think maybe you could mix it in somewhere. I still think it's one of the better jerseys in the game. I'm going to go with an A. On to my Red Sox, and what else is there to say? It's a classic jersey. I think it just has a strong look overall. The best part about this jersey, in my opinion, is the font. I think it's just a good baseball-looking font. Love the red, love the blue that mixes in there. You got the red stripe going down the middle. You know, you don't got really a whole lot going on the sleeves when it comes to patches and whatnot, but I don't think it really needs it. I think it's just a simple, strong look. I'm going to go with an A. On to the Chicago Cubs, another classic-looking jersey, but I think they do a little bit more than the Red Sox here. You got the pinstripes going down the middle. I love that. And the Cubs logo on the left side of the jersey. I love the Cubs logo. I think it's just a simple, strong logo, but I love the colors. I love the blue and the red. You got a patch on the sleeve as well. I think the Cubs jersey is really strong, in my opinion. For me, personally, I'm going to go S tier for the Cubs. On to the Chicago White Sox, another classic jersey. You got the black pinstripes going down the middle. You got the Sox logo on the left side and the number on the right side of the chest. I like that overall. I feel like they could use a patch on one of the sleeves, but overall, it's a strong looking jersey. In the end, it's not going to be the most colorful. It's black, it's white, but it's classic. In the end, I'll go with an A. Another classic jersey with the Cincinnati Reds. Similar to the White Sox, they put the logo on the left side and the number on the right side of the chest, but instead of the pinstripes, they got the two red stripes going down the middle, and they also have the stripes on the ends of the sleeves. I think that's a nice touch. They got a logo on the sleeve as well. I think it's just a strong jersey. In the end, I'm going to go with an A. On to the Cleveland Guardians, and this is just a boring jersey to me. I think the font is okay. You got the red with the blue outline, but there's just nothing really going on with this jersey overall. They do got a Guardians logo on one of the sleeves. They got navy blue at the end of the sleeves, but I don't know. This one is just not doing it for me. And actually, hold on one second. There we go. Had to add the F tier. I think this is one of the worst jerseys in the game. I think it's just very boring. It gets an F for me. On to the Colorado Rockies. And the best part about the Rockies jerseys are the purple pinstripes. But other than that, this jersey doesn't really do a whole lot for me. The font is very basic in my opinion. You got the black and the silver there. You got the number below it. You got a logo on the sleeve. But overall, I think it's just a very boring jersey. Take advantage of the purple. There needs to be more purple in these jerseys, in my opinion. I think they're just selling themselves short. You know, if you didn't have the purple pinstripes in there, I think this jersey would be a complete lost cause. So I don't know. I think they need to make that stand out a little bit more. For me, I'll go with a D. Back to another classic team jersey with the Detroit Tigers. It's a very simple looking jersey, but I think that's what they're going for. You got the logo on the chest. You got the blue stripes going down the middle on top of white. That's pretty much it. There's really nothing else going on here. I would love the Tigers to mix in some more orange here, if you ask me. But I understand they want to try and keep it as classic looking as possible, so I can appreciate that. But overall, it's just kind of boring to me. I just want to see a little bit more here, but while also keeping the history intact at the same time. I'll go with a C. On to the Houston Astros. They've had these jerseys for a little more than 10 years now, and I think they're okay. I like the orange and the navy blue, but the font in the front is just a little simple to me. I like the number below it. I think that adds a nice touch. You got the orange on the sleeves as well with the logo and the orange stripe going down the middle, but I don't know what it is. It's just kind of boring to me. I loved the jerseys before these, where you had that railroad brick with the pinstripes going down the middle. You had that script font. I thought that was an amazing jersey. I like that one way more than this. Overall, I think it's an okay jersey. While I think the font is a little too basic for me, I like that you got the number below it. You got the patch on the sleeve. You got the orange that stands out a little bit. I'll go with a C. On to the Kansas City Royals, and right off the bat, I love that script font. I said earlier in the video, I'm a sucker for it. What can I say? I think it works well here with that blue that goes with the white. I think it's a nice color combo. You got the number below where it says Royals. I think that's a nice touch. You got the color at the ends of the sleeves. I like that. You got the Royals logo on the sleeves that adds a little bit of gold here. I would like for the Royals to add more gold to this jersey. I mean, listen, you're the Kansas City Royals. You need to be decking out the gold as much as you can. I think that would add much more to this. In the end, though, I think it's a solid jersey. I'll go with a B. On to the LA Angels, and I used to think they had one of the more solid jerseys in the game, but the more they lose and the more they underwhelm over the years, the more bored I actually become with these jerseys. I do like that shade of red with the white. I think that's a nice color combo. I do like the halo around the A there. You do got the number below. You got the red at the ends of the sleeves, but I don't know. I'm just becoming bored with this jersey. I think they really need to do something here. I think they need to just clean house. I think they need to get new jerseys. Get back to, what you were doing in the late 90s, early 2000s there, where you had that baby blue mixed in. You had the wings in the logo as well. I think they need to kind of revamp some stuff here. I do like their City Connect jerseys. I think maybe if you could find a way, to combine that look with, some of the retro looks from the past, with these colors, I think you could have something here. But with the Angels, I don't know. I'm just a little bored with it. I don't think it's a bad looking jersey, but I'm going to go with a C. Sticking around in LA, we got the Dodgers, another classic jersey, a very simple looking jersey, but I love that script font in the front. I think it's a nice shade of blue that goes with the white. But what I actually really like is that the number is a different color. I love the combination of that blue and the red. You got the Dodger logo on the sleeve. It's such a simple jersey, but it's so effective at the same time. I don't think you should really do anything with this jersey. I think that would actually take away from it. I think the more simple and clean it looks, the better it is. Overall, I'm going to go with an A. On to the Marlins, and I'm just going to say it right off the bat. They need to get back to the late 90s, early 2000s jerseys. Those jerseys look so much better than what they have today. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me. I think the font is okay, but I just don't like the color combination of that black, that light blue with the red. I don't know. It just doesn't really do anything for me. You got that same color on the sleeves. You got the logo on the patch, but I don't know. I just think it's a really boring jersey. I think it's underwhelming. I just think those jerseys from the late 90s, early 2000s are so much better than this. I love those colors so much more. Overall, I'm going to go an F for the Marlins. On to the Milwaukee Brewers, and we're back to another cream color base instead of that normal white. I love that, and I think everything just works well here. The font is very simple, but I think it's really effective with this jersey. I love the color combination of that bright yellow and the navy blue. Love the number below it. I love the patch on the sleeve. You got the colors at the end of the sleeves as well. I think it's just a really nice, clean looking jersey. I'm going to go with an A for for the Brewers. Moving on to the Minnesota Twins, and they recently revamped their jerseys, and overall, I think it's a pretty solid look. I like the font in the front, but I like that red color, really pops off the white. There is no outline around the lettering, but I think it actually works in this case. I think it actually helps it pop a little bit more. I could see some people not liking that very much, but I think it works well with that navy blue number in the front. They got the navy blue and the red combo at the ends of the sleeves. They got a logo on the sleeve. Overall, I think it's just a clean, solid look. I'm going to go with a B. On to the New York Mets. The Mets are always breaking their fans' hearts, but at least they have some of the best looking jerseys in the game. I love everything about the Mets home jersey. I love that script font in the front. I love the color combination of that blue and the orange. You got the number there below where it says Mets. You got the logo on the sleeve. You got the pinstripes. Everything about this jersey works. It's just such a strong look. I think it's one of the best in the game. I'm going to go S tier. Staying in New York, we got the Yankees. A very simple but very effective jersey overall. The most famous thing about the Yankees jersey are the navy blue pinstripes. A classic look. Goes with that Yankee logo right there in the front. You don't really have to do a whole lot with this jersey. You got the navy blue, you got the white, you got the pinstripes. It's classic. It's historic. You don't need to mess with it. Overall, I'm going to give an A. On to the Oakland A's. Tough times for Oakland A's fans, but I do like their jerseys overall. I think they do a really nice job with the yellow and the green. You would think that's probably not a good combination, but they make it work. It just looks really nice. It really pops off that white. I love that script font. I love the number below it. Love the elephant on the sleeve as well. I think it's just a solid looking jersey overall. I hope they don't mess with it too much when they go to Vegas. We'll see. But overall, I think it's a good looking jersey. I'm going to go with an A. On to the Philadelphia Phillies, and I really want to love these jerseys, but I think I just like them, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Now, I'm a sucker for pinstripes, but I don't know what it is. These pinstripes, they just don't really do it for me. I don't know if it's just because they're red pinstripes with the red lettering. I don't know. I just feel like there could be a better combination, in my opinion. It's not a bad look necessarily. It just doesn't quite hit for me. Now, I love the script font in the front. Love the blue stars that go in the Phillies there. I do like that red color overall. I just think it's an okay looking jersey, which I want to say more about it. I don't know what it is. It's just holding me back a little bit. I'm going to go with a B. On to the Pittsburgh Pirates, another classic team, and I really like their jerseys overall. It's a very simple but very effective look. I love the black and the yellow on top of the white. I think that really pops. You got the number below. Now, the font, I'm more of a script guy, but I think this font is simple but effective. I think it gets the job done. I like the black and the yellow at the ends of the sleeves. You got the logo on the sleeve as well. Just a very solid look overall, and I think the yellow and the black really carry it home. I'm going to go with an A. On to the San Diego Padres. It's been a few years since they've revamped their jerseys, and I remember when they first came out with these, and I'm thinking, brown, yellow, how is that going to work? But you know what? It's really grown on me. I think it's a great looking jersey, a very unique color combo with that brown and the yellow. I think it goes really well, but I love the pinstripes that go with it as well. You got the brown and the yellow at the ends of the sleeves. You got the logo on the sleeve. Just a very good, unique looking jersey. I think they made this just look really great with a very unique set of colors. Overall, I'm going to go with another A. On to the San Francisco Giants. I absolutely love the San Francisco Giants jersey. You got that cream color base instead of the white. I love that font. It's not necessarily script font, but it's a unique font. Love that. Love the black and the orange. It really pops on top of that cream. The orange and the black at the ends of the sleeves. You got a logo on the sleeve as well. Just a great looking jersey. And it's not just the sleeves, it's also the collar as well. You got the black and the orange everywhere, but it's not too much. I think they just do it so well. I think it's one of the best jerseys in the game. I'm going to go S tier. Moving on to the Seattle Mariners, and the best part about the Mariners jersey for me is the color combination of the teal, the navy blue, and the white. I think that stands out really well. I also love the logo on top of the M there. I think that's a nice touch. But other than that, not really a whole lot else going on for me. You got the navy blue stripes going down the middle. You got a logo on the sleeve. I think it's just a solid, clean-looking jersey overall. I'm going to go with a B. On to the St. Louis Cardinals, some of the best jerseys in the game. I love the St. Louis Cardinals jersey. I just love the birds there. I love the bat that goes with the Cardinals, that script font. You got the number below. I love it. A very simple look, but the logo really carries it home with that script font. Absolutely love the Cardinals jersey overall. I'm going S tier. On to the Tampa Bay Rays. I said earlier the Orioles have been giving my Red Sox a lot of problems over the years, but I like their jerseys. As for the Rays, they've also been giving my Red Sox a lot of problems over the years, but I'm not as high on their jerseys. I don't think it's a bad-looking jersey overall. I think it's just kind of boring. I like the color combination. You got that navy blue with the white. You got that sun peeking through the R there. I just think it's a little underwhelming. I'm wondering if, maybe they got to start going more towards that classic retro look that they've been doing where there's more of that green, that purple. I think they do that jersey extremely well. It really pops. I just think this jersey doesn't really pop all that much. I think they need to make some improvements there. It's not a bad looking jersey overall. I just want to see more out of it. I'm going to go with a C. On to the defending World Series champion Texas Rangers. I think it's a very clean looking jersey. I've said many times in this video, I'm a sucker for script font. They do that well. Love the color combination of that blue and the red. I think I like more of that powder baby blue that they use more. I think that pops a little bit more in my opinion. They do got the colors at the ends of the sleeves. You got the logo on the sleeve as well. But overall, a very clean looking jersey. I think it could just pop a little bit more, but doesn't mean it's a bad jersey. I'm going to go a B. On to the Toronto Blue Jays, another clean looking jersey. I love that shade of blue that they use in the logo. I like that they have a little bit of red. It makes it pop just a little bit more. You got the colors at the ends of the sleeves. Overall, I think it's just a clean looking jersey. It doesn't really do a ton, but I think it just works. I'm going to go a B. And last but not least, we got the Washington Nationals. I like the font in the front, but when it comes to the color combination of that red and the blue, they use more of a navy blue, where in the United States flag, they use Old Glory blue, which is a slightly lighter shade of blue. I would like for the Nationals to go with that instead. I think it would pop more in this jersey on top of the white, but they do got that navy blue and the red on the sleeves as well as the collar. You got a logo on the sleeve as well. I think it's a decent looking jersey. I don't think it's one of the best ones, but I think that blue could be a little brighter. I think it would make it pop a little bit more, but overall I'll go with a C. I don't think it's a bad looking jersey, but I don't think it's a great looking jersey either. But those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think down below in the comments. Would you move any of these jerseys around? Let me know in the comments down below. If you can on the way out, hit that like button for me, subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you next time.